Hello everybody, my name is Benji, and welcome back to Mindustry, where today we're going to pick up exactly where we left off. I literally hit end record, start record, and we're going to go to the windswept islands. I didn't notice that I didn't have all of my resources yet. In all honesty, I probably have more resources at Ruinous Shores. No, I do not. I do have a faster production rate of everything, but I already had like 300 here. I don't know. We need 1,000 silica before we can launch anywhere. And this design is still absolutely fantastic. Like, look at the output here. let's get a ratio here. 1.5 roughly. It bounces between 1.5 and 1, occasionally up to 2, so I'd say an average is probably 1.25 per second to this. For what? 300 power. That is minuscule. That is absolutely minuscule in the grand scheme of things. That right there is fantastic. Like, if I can launch into a zone and get some power set up, like, one of these guys is enough to run that. 330. One of these guys is enough to run that. Also, yeah, I just said in the last episode, Spore Pod. So yes, I can in fact make Spore Pods. Have power. I can in fact do that. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that. You can control click on the core to respawn. I did not know that. Alright, we're done futzing about. Let's go to Windswept Islands, because Windswept Islands is going to give us the most stuff. At least as far as I'm currently aware. It's going to give us titanium. There's some thorium here. Yeah, this is the zone that I was thinking of. So, titanium, right here. Thorium. Is there not thorium here? I thought there was thorium here. No, there's not thorium here. My mistake. I know, because there's scrap here. And what I did in another playthrough was I started getting into the higher tiers, and I would melt the scrap into slag and then process the slag in wherever that is. It requires titanium, and it would give me thorium as a byproduct result. So let's take a look here. It might honestly not be a great idea for me to be what I currently am. It might be a better idea for me to upgrade as soon as possible to the Foundation core instead of the Genesis Central core, the Genesux core, because of the fact that I will, and I'll show you, if I go into the deeper water here, I will actually drown. Like that. And this map is covered in water. The launch zone is a single zone. It's up here. Naval units will spawn here and come down around the side and attack the core directly. So we're going to need to set up some stuff to deal with that. And then aerial units will spawn all the way up here in the corner and come straight down. So we'll have to set up, aerial defenses right here. But in the meantime, what I usually do on this zone specifically is I set up power using this coal node right here. I gather myself some copper and lead and some more lead. I get graphite producing here, silica producing here, more silica producing here, although I'll probably end up turning this into vulcanite. I think that's the right word, vulcanite, there. Grab titanium from here and here, kiln for metaglass here, something with this, more titanium related production here. Probably end up doing valvanite with these two nodes here because there's lots of space. And that just about covers every single resource that we have as of yet. I'll probably end up setting up a specific line here for the fuser oven for the altuxium, because it seems like that doesn't really have a huge impact on us as of yet, but there's so much coal and so much sand, it feels like just a disrespect to not abuse the amount of resources that we actually have on tap here. It feels like it would be wrong to not actually use everything. So we'll use everything to the best of our abilities, and right now I'm going to do the general thing of just starting us off, and I will see you guys shortly. Alright, so I just unlocked titanium, and titanium first of all unlocks a lot of things. New turrets, some of which are vanilla, some of which are obviously going to be modded. It also unlocks this new modded building called the Stellar Furnace, apparently. Uses 39 power units. It uses astrolite and titanium. Astrolite, coal, pretty easy overall. 1 coal to 2 astrolite, that's not bad. And then titanium to make this thing called stellar steel. So we'll be looking into that very shortly. But the main thing, oh, also a ton forge. Melts together materials under tons of pressures to create osmium. Silica, titanium, and lead to make osmium. Wow. That sucks. Cryofluid, that's all coal centrifuge. This is all laser drill, that's all vanilla. Titanium conveyor, that's vanilla. Container, vanilla. And some, well, Nova, vanilla. Atrax we can just research. Heat. New unit. Looks like it's either a tank or a boat. Majoris. Probably flying. Terrace. Probably P silent like pterodactyl. Oh, and here we go. The Solron, Quantra, Genesux, and Elysian factories, all requiring titanium for the modded units. Anyway, the thing that I'm shooting for here is the container, which is actually a lot of titanium, and the extractor, both of which are titanium-based things, but they will allow me to utilize these blueprints for my invasion drones, which are vanilla blueprints that I have that will give me access to both monos and also access to the just standard unit, the standard vanilla unit. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering. The standard vanilla unit that is helping me with building. The poly. And those are just standard blueprints that I like to have, personally speaking. It's one of my favorite units to have, the poly and mono, especially because of the fact that they will just mine automatically for me, and I just find that really, really helpful. But we're going to need a lot of titanium in order to make that start to work. So, you know what we're doing. We're doing more and more harvesting. Just getting as much stuff as we possibly can and putting it into the base. That's literally all that we're doing right now, and I'm just going to continue on with this. If anything else of note comes up other than what I've already showed, I will obviously bring you guys in and give you a look-see. But for right now, we're just going to get back to it and continue harvesting as normal. Alright, so we're at the point now where we've got ourselves our silica. It's done. We have the vulcanite. We have the vulcanite. We have the graphite. We have the lead, copper. We've got drones. We've got our astrolite. And we have titanium. I was even starting on kilns before I got attacked, and I realized, hey, I'm actually going to need to do some defense relatively soon if I don't want to have my ass handed to me. And no, contrary to popular belief, I do not want my ass handed to me. So we're focusing on defense now, and I remember seeing in the research tree there was a tower that very specifically said it was for use underwater. Like, it was very specifically for use along the water ridge. The puddle, here it is. An ocean defense turret used for defense on deep waters. Fires energy tridents. Power use 60 per second, 20 damage, double ammo multiplier, and pierce. And it has a 20 liquid unit capacity. So the puddle, here it is. Holy mother of range, this thing is fantastic. And it requires no ammunition. Just optional enhancements of water and radioactive water. I don't know how to get radioactive water. Man, I don't even know where exactly to put these things. It seems like it's letting me put them anywhere, including on land. So let's put one on land, put one in the water, and put one in the deep ocean. And just see what exactly they all do. So here's one. It looks like they just travel infinitely. Yeah, it looks like they just travel infinitely, so that's interesting. And no, it does not look like it matters whether or not it's actually on the water surface. So I think we're going to try to prioritize these guys. We'll see how they do here in the next wave. I keep getting myself stuck in those little nooks and crannies and corners and stuff. But I think I'm just going to put like a line of them here. Just like along this ridge, I guess. And then I can put copper walls to help with the defense of it. Ooh, I don't actually want to put every single one of them down right now because they're very expensive. Very, very metaglass and valvanite heavy. So I don't actually want to put every single one of them down yet. And then if I want, I can obviously expand the wall. For now, what I might do is just put these guys on them for the cooling purposes. And there's nothing here. There's nothing here. It's an aerial unit. Okay, well, now's as good a time as any to start beefing up our defenses on that front. And for now, nothing's going to be bothered down at the bottom, so I don't really need to worry about it. But essentially what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try not to block the coal. And we're just going to grab ourselves some of these guys for the lead. Just like this. This will be fine. Underflow gates. And then obviously some sand. Just like that. And there you have it. Bring this down. Down again. There's no way it's going to reach, so we'll just do this. And that'll build. It'll make ourselves metaglass. And then we run the metaglass up here. We grab ourselves some scatters. And some distributors. And just do scatters. Like so. And that should interrupt them as they travel through the scatters. And then I can go deal with the other one, and we can actually go see what the heck happens with the water turrets. I'll be back. Alright, while I was down there dealing with the flares, I went on ahead, got ourselves some kilns, and got ourselves some of these ionizers up and running, so that we can actually get the valvanite. We should have every single resource. Actually, no, we should not. We do have every single resource currently fully being made, and they just went right past. They just went right past our scatters. That's fine, we'll just move them. Yep, we will. We will literally just move them, and that'll be fine. Like I said, I build so quick it's not even funny. I'm gonna have to go deal with them. One of them is apparently dead. I don't know how one of them is dead, but one of them is apparently dead. And they go straight for my power supply. Like, that's the thing that they love to target. The flares love, just absolutely love targeting my power. So it's a really, really good thing that I have battery backup for that exact express purpose. Because the flares, when they get through, they literally just love to eat my power grid alive. It's so annoying. I'm just going to do that and it'll be fine. But we do have copper, we do have lead, we do have metaglass, we do have graphite, way too much in fact. We have titanium, we have silica, we have astrolite, we have valvanite, and we have vulcanite. Whew, that's a mouthful. The next thing that we're obviously going to have to do revolves around the silica. It's that, like, the one that I haven't really done anything with yet. It's this one, the fuser oven. It makes altuxium. That's the next thing that we really are going to have to do. Now, in terms of these guys, I'm probably going to want to beef up my power supply once I start getting some more of these things online. But as it stands currently, I'm just going to have them do their thing. And we are going to boost them with water. I think I have decided. Yeah, we're going to boost them with water. And then we're also going to back them up with some stellars. Or we could do cosmos. Let's do cosmos. Yeah, let's do cosmos instead. Cosmos I already have the materials for, so they will just breeze themselves through. And then in terms of what exactly we're going to be, you know, providing ammo-wise for the cosmos, well, that should be rather easy to figure out. It's going to be the astrolite. Because it has to be astrolite. They don't take... No, yes they do. They do take other types of resources, don't they? Cosmos. No, it's another one. Not the stellar. Is it the Armada? No, the Armada doesn't even take anything. Is it the Astral? It's something. One of these guys. There's too many. There's too many. That's my answer. There's too many. But anyway, we need the astrolite. And astrolite is really, 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 really easy. All I have to do is take these guys. And then I can actually... I have a fancy schmancy addition to my graphite guys, so I just do that, and then we grab this, the B crystallizer, like that, and now we have astrolite. And it's literally that simple. It's not hard at all. Let's see, that's 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 10 more, so that's 140 per second. Yeah, that's wonderful to see. That is wonderful to see happen. And then the cosmos, I don't think they're actually getting in range of the cosmos, but the cosmos should still be able to hit. I'm assuming when it says targets ground and targets air, because the duo says the same thing. Targets air, targets ground, and the duo will also fire upon our dearest of friends, the water units. Too much water. Too much water. But I'm going to let that system actually rejuvenate for a little bit. I'm going to attach another power system so that we have more power. I think I'm just going to do that with this one here, and I won't touch this until we're done with the zone, because flares like power. So we'll use this one for power, and I'll see you guys in a bit. So I just put the power in, and I noticed I have enough to get the container. And with the container comes the unloader, and also the titanium conveyor, because that's just part of it, and then the payload conveyor and the payload router and all that. But the most important part, also, yes, I was about to start working on this, the fuser oven, the Altuxium. I was about to start working on it, but now there's no point in me working on it because I can do something like this and just upgrade my throughput so much at once. I can literally just take this entire machine input now, and the entire input can go to one spot. I don't know if it's gonna back up. It looks like it's trying to back up at least a little bit, but hey, look at that. It's glorious. And then I can do the same thing here. I can put all of this onto one titanium conveyor belt and just be done with it. And then boom. Now it's all on one belt, and I don't have to have so many freaking belts running all over the place. I can just have one dedicated belt connected to everything. Why are there flares on my power system? Ah! I was just getting excited about something. So very sad. Oh, yep, that's gonna cause passback issues. Didn't realize. But that probably won't. Nope, it did. Yeah, but look at that. Now we've got titanium. And it's just glorious. It's just absolutely gorgeous titanium conveyors. Because now, I can take this, and I can route it to there, and then I can take this, and I can replace this belt. So now we still have 3 belts. We still have those 3 belts, but now these 3 belts are completely obsolete. They're useless, and they're free space. They're free space. And then I can do something similar here as well. Like, I can take this astrolite belt, and first of all, I can just completely and entirely reorganize this as is, but I can take the one astrolite belt, as it is right here currently, and have it just be the one astrolite belt, and then I can take the titanium belt, and just make it its own titanium belt. I can get rid of this entire mess, because now we don't have belts. Oh, I love belt upgrades. I'm such a nerd, and I don't care. I'm such a nerd, and I don't care. Because now we have titanium, and the titanium can just come along and do its thing, and go like this. And then we have the astrolite, which, guess what? It can do its thing, and just go straight in. And then we have these 2, which are still default belts, but hey, you know, they don't need to really be anything fancy. They're not super necessary materials. Like, they can just exist as they are here currently. So they're fine. They are perfectly fine. The only thing that's not fine is that that's going to cause issues. But instead, I can just do this, and then that, and then this, and then that. And look at that. Look at the astrolite. It's great. Also, I'm assuming if they've come all the way down here, they've completely and entirely fulfilled their mission of destroying my power grid, and I'm sad about it. And then the Vulcanite here, Vulcanite. I always get those 2 mixed up, but the Vulcanite here is fine as is, no worries whatsoever. And then we'll be able to do the same thing with the osmium, or the osmolite, whatever. I don't remember what they're called. I'm gonna have such a problem with that over time. I'll get better at it over time, like, as we continue in this playthrough, but right now I am too excited and I don't have enough to care about. So I just say what I want. But yes, they did completely destroy my power, and that's okay. We're gonna rebuild it better than before. And then what we're gonna do to prevent that from ever happening again is we're not gonna grab the Cosmos, we're gonna grab the Astral Turret, because the Astral Turret has, like, a homing effect on it, or was it the Armada that had the homing effect? It was the Armada that had the homing effect, and the Armada is just a power block, so we're literally just gonna put, like, 5 of these guys here, and they'll just defend us as is, and they'll be fine. Even if my aerial defenses here fail for some reason, then they'll be fine. And then these guys, it looks like, also are fine dealing with the Navy units, so we're gonna focus on this Altuxium now, and just have a fantastic time with it. Because Altuxium is definitely not a legitimate resource. I have a harder time remembering what the fuck it's called. Oh, I swear I have such an issue with names. Names in general just suck for me, let alone when it's names that are made up. That's just asking for me to have a bad time, in all honesty. And then guess what? We can upgrade the output belts, and we can also upgrade the input belts of the sand lines, and I didn't even think of the fact that that's a thing that we can do. We can put it all on one titanium input line. I'm a nerd, and I'm proud of it, so don't judge me. Yeah, you can't judge me. You can't judge me. Don't judge me. Judging is rude. Judging is very, very rude. And you should know that. You're better than that. You're better than that. You are. You're better than that. Oh, but this is so glorious. And then I can grab the titanium, and I can put it there. I can also go to our research and see if I can research the laser drill. Oh, I sure can. And you know what I'm going to do with the laser drill? I'm going to harvest even more copper than before. It's time. It's time for upgrades, boys. No longer are we kept in the dark ages. We have the technology for better mining drills, better processing, better speed, more resources. We're already producing too much, but I want more. I'm greedy. I want more. I want more. Not necessarily more graphite. This is plenty of graphite. But more silica, more vulcanite. More vulcanite. Yes, please, more vulcanite. I will absolutely take more vulcanite. You know how we get more vulcanite? We get more vulcanite by upgrading our drills. And then the thing that we can do with the upgraded drills, which is fantastic, is we can pump water into them, and it makes them so much faster than they were before. Like, literally so much faster than they were before. It's actually insane how much faster they get. Like, it really is. It is insane how much faster these machines get with water. Like, for the default ones, I can actually probably look at it real quick and tell you, like, specifically how much the different drills get as a bonus. So yeah, let's do that. Let's take a look. So the mechanical drill here gets a 2.56 multiplied speed for water. This also gets a 2.56, and oh, they all get 2.56. I think it's just the fact that, like, this 0.6, 1.9, so over 3 times, and then boost that by 2.5 again? Whew. You're schmoving, dude. Ah, we're starting to get some big boys out there. I can see it. I can see it happening. Even up here, like, I can boost this. I don't need to boost it because it's giving me an entire line of silica in and of itself. But I could boost this, and I could get twice as much silica from the same vein. It's insane. It's amazing. It's lovely. It's so lovely. What's wrong with you? What's your problem? Oh. That's your problem. I'm like, what's wrong with you? You were just operating a second ago. What happened? That happened. I got sand on the belt where silica was supposed to be. And look at that. It's so fast. Like, the titanium belt is just barely keeping pace. 9 per second. The titanium belt holds 10 total. 10 per second. That's beautiful. That is just so beautiful. That is so beautiful. I could upgrade my power. I could upgrade so many things. I don't entirely inherently feel like it, so I'm not going to, because we're good enough as is. But there they go. Actually, the one thing that I will go on ahead... Ooh, that's a problem. Because they're just moving right through that like butter. Thanks to the power system here. That is a problem. That's actually a very, very large problem. It's a large problem that can be solved, haha, penis, that can be solved with metaglass. Like, there's the kiln. Like, that is absolutely a problem that can be solved with metaglass. Without even a second thought. We'll just do this because it's a 1-to-1 ratio. But all that it takes is grabbing systems like this and then stamping them down right here. Like, that right there is all that it takes. And then I can add a couple of more just as like an extra failsafe here. Ah, yes, and then obviously attaching it into a power line will definitely help it as well. There. And now we have our kilns fully operating. They're fine. And we're going to have some anti-air capabilities right here as well. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. And then I may as well just go on ahead and plop down a couple of stellars. Because I have the resources, I have the space, I don't exactly see why not. And then I can even plop down some armadas on this side as well. Just to give the system that extra little oomph, that extra kick, so to speak. I'm moving my hands around like you guys can see it, but yeah, I don't have a face cam, so sorry. And then we're just gonna go on ahead and upgrade some of our lovely, lovely, lovely titanium systems here because they can use some TLC, just like this. They do, man. They deserve it. They're the ones that got us here. Into the new age. The age of titanium structures. Probably my favorite progression step in the game, apart from thorium and late game. Like, late game stuff is just nuts in this game, in my opinion. And then I am going to go on ahead and do this just to balance things out. Make sure that we're getting an equal flow of everything here. And then I'm actually even gonna go on ahead and do this as well. And then we can upgrade these. That way we have 4 titanium belts of throughput for only 3 titanium belts worth of items. And that'll balance everything properly. As soon as I actually get a secondary input there. And yes, while the belts are mixed, and I generally do try to avoid mixing belts in such a manner, I don't have as big of an issue with it in this game, because as soon as the core fills up on a resource, it trashes it automatically. So I don't actually have to worry about anything regarding, like an overflow. Like, I don't have to worry about it overflowing and backing up the system. I'm just going to pour as much of every single thing as I can into all of these new unlocks, and then we're going to look into the Stellar Furnace and the Ton Forge. We're also going to go on ahead and just put as much as we can into each of the new units that we've gotten, and each of the new factories that we have gotten. And now at this point we're essentially waiting on a couple of things. The one thing mainly being silica, because you always need silica in this game, I swear. You just do. There will never be a time when you do not need silica in Mindustry. Like, it's not gonna happen. There's never gonna be a time. What I do think I'm going to go on ahead and do, though, is upgrade our silica system. And then we're just going to put that belt there in its stead. And we're just going to upgrade it. Just like that. Upgraded. Of course, it's not that simple. I actually do have to go through and do this. And then it'll need power as well. And then we're going to grab 2 of our silica blueprints. One blueprint, I guess, here. And another one here. Because I can route the sand around different places, different ways. And then grab ourselves our titanium belts. And just go on ahead and route them. That's one belt routed, the other one will need to be routed. Grab ourselves a distributor. And it doesn't even need to be a titanium belt of coal going in. It can just be a regular belt of coal. Now, the best thing about these laser drills is honestly the fact that it's 2 of them to make a full belt. Like, 2 laser drills makes a full belt of sand. Granted, you actually have to provide it with water, but hey, I'll take that. Because now we have 2 belts of sand, one of which can go there. That doesn't work. The other of which can go there. And then all we have to do is just connect the power. And look at that. Full, should be 10 per second. Yep, 10 per second. The only difference is that I'm going to go on ahead and do this for throughput purposes. This one's not actually connected into the power grid. That's why it's not working. And then you know what? I will go on ahead and upgrade these to titanium. And that'll be 2 belts of silica. Easily done. So easy, in fact, we have so much extra copper, or coal rather, that I feel comfortable just doing this. Like, I feel so comfortable just routing this coal in such a manner that we provide even more to our vulcanite system. Just like this. Like, that's how comfortable I feel with this setup here. And then we are going to put a balancer. Just for balance sake. And that's everything, because we don't need a huge throughput of valvanite, we don't need a huge throughput of altuxium, but we have it. We don't need a huge thing of astrolite, but we have it. We do need a huge input of silica, and a decent one of metaglass, we have it. We do need a large input of titanium, we have it. And then graphite, we don't need a huge input of it, but we do. Like, this system right here does 10 per second. As is. And it's early game. Like, this does minus 288 power versus my Graphite Mark II minus 792 power. It requires water, it requires power, it requires so much just shit. It's awful. I hate it. I hate that recipe now. Like, playing vanilla is gonna suck going back to vanilla in the future is gonna suck. It's gonna suck so bad. But I do need an extra little bit of a boost to my power grid here, so we are actually going to boost my power grid here. We might give it a boost in the other power grid as well, but I don't really entirely see a purpose to boost the other production zone if we're boosting this one. So we'll just leave this one as the one that's boosted. And we'll do that, do that, do that. And then, yes, distributors are my best friends. They automatically balance everything to how it's supposed to be balanced. And then we are going to upgrade these belts as well from just the regular copper belts to the titanium belts. And just like that, power is boosted. So fantastic. And the building speed is just phenomenal as well. Like, that's one of the things that I definitely have to say I like about this mod as well, is this little thing that I am is just such a fast builder. It's honestly phenomenal. Anyway, let's go on ahead and take a look at how everything is going here. It looks like they literally just spawn and then beeline straight for the power. Including these guys. Looks like they don't make it very far, though. However, I am going to go on ahead and extend this wall, just because I can. And then we're going to go in here, and guess what? We're going to pour more things into our research. Specifically, the large power node, and the large battery, and the MEN projector, and repair point, because those are all important. Same thing with the titanium wall, and even the door and the large door. Which just leaves the stuff for the ton forge, which is 9.1k titanium. Wow. And the stellar furnace, which is even more titanium. So the stellar furnace looks like it's going to be the thing that we'll be able to get to first. So I'm going to pump more titanium into the base. We just need that extra throughput of titanium so badly. I almost feel like it would be a waste to just leave these titanium nodes untapped. So we're going to go on ahead, and we're going to leave the game unpaused so that it will actually build us up resources while we build. But then we will go on ahead and get these guys pumped in to the system. Actually, that doesn't have to go across. That can literally just go right there. Perfection. And we can boost our astrolite too. Why not? Why don't we? I don't think I'm actually gonna do the water boosting for this one. I think I'm just gonna leave this as is, so to speak. Like, I'm only gonna upgrade the turrets. I'm not actually going to water feed it. Unless it proves that this didn't really boost anything. I don't think it did. Yeah, it looks like this is kind of a little lackluster, actually, so we are going to go on ahead and we're going to boost. I got rid of the wrong one there. That's my fault. And then we can grab this and do that, and this, and do that. Now that definitely gave it a very visible boost. Perfection. Absolute perfection. It looks like this is actually getting stalled quite a bit, so I am going to upgrade it. Just to ensure that it doesn't have any stallings. I'm not actually going to upgrade it at all. And we're already super boosted on all of our materials, so I'm just going to go on ahead through yet again and make sure that everything is fully topped off on materials. Yes, including all of these guys down here, the heat and the Majoris. And the, wow, lots of units. Helixian Reconstructor. So these guys obviously all have their own secondary tiers. It looks like they require osmium. And then the vanilla one requires thorium, obviously. But we have Majoris, Geocrux, Centaurus, Terrace, Corona. So many units. I can't wait to try them all once we have an attack map. Like, the attack map is going to be fantastic. Also, wow, this one's a long recording. Lots of new stuff, though, so I hope it's all been entertaining for you guys. We're going to wrap up here shortly, don't worry. We just need to make sure that the zone is captured. And yes, we do have a tier 3 incoming. Hey, look at that. Yeah, those things work wonders. It keeps spawning air units. I always forget how many air units are actually in this map. It's more than I was expecting. Obviously, we're doing fine, though. So we're just moving through the waves, fast as we can. Ooh, a zenith. Wow. That was the guardian of one of the ones that wasn't that long ago. One of the zones that we just captured not that long ago. It's more flares. The flares get demolished. Like, there's a lot of them, but between the metaglass scatters and the slow of the armadas, they're fine. They're not even an issue. Same thing with the bombers. And then all of the naval units are just absolutely demolished by the puddles, which is fantastic. Now, the puddles, it looks like, do not attack in the air. Yeah, target air, no. Target ground, yes. Guardian approaching in 2. We have another wave of all flares, 14 of them to be, in fact. And they're just dead. They're just gone. Guardian approaching in 1. It looks like we have 20 enemies total. It looks like 6 of them bombers. No, 4 of them. 5, no. 5 of them bombers, and then 1 of them the other one. And then now we have our Guardian, which is going to get melted by the puddles. Yes, melted by the puddles. And everything else is also melted. I did not notice that that was destroyed, actually, in the process. There we go, we're good, though. And then the last thing that I want to do, this episode, I'll start messing with... Actually, no. I'll save it for next episode. So now you guys get left on just the teeniest, tiniest piece of a cliffhanger. Give you guys a little bit of that excitement. I'm sure you must hate my guts as a result, but hey... whatever you guys enjoy. So that is going to do it for today, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, but without further ado, adios, sayonara, au revoir, hasta la vista, das vidania, wiedersehen, ciao, and goodbye. Please have yourselves all a fantastic rest of your day. Get some sleep if you need to. Don't forget to stay hydrated, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later, y'all. Oh yeah, this video's in the bag.